Oh yeah. I think to me, they're a top 4 team in the country. And they keep doing what they're doing.
Only a 15-yard punt for Oregon State. Demari Simpkins, first touch of the game for Utah.
Well, the most impressive part of this play was the guy who's blocking on the outside, Timmy Patrick. You know, he came out in that Cal game with an ankle injury.
He was questionable. Yeah, we weren't sure if we were going to see him. The team's leading receiver. Mentioned didn't play last week. Second in the Pac-12 in receiving yards per game. Certainly Troy Williams would love to see him on the field. Cory Butler-Byrd. Both these teams are going to involve their wideouts in the run game.
I think it's really important, too, for Utah specifically. I think you'll see Joe Williams, number 28, come in and passing down so they can trust him with pass protection. And this is a team that's banged up, right? We talked about the center, wide receiver, Timmy Patrick. I mean, you look at his numbers. He's targeted 10 times more than any other receiver. Didn't play in a game and a half. You know, I mean, he has been, in my opinion, an all Pac-12 wide receiver if he can remain healthy. He's an absolute threat for this team. Dynamic playmaking ability. 5
touchdowns. Butler-Byrd again out of the backfield, dragging guys across the 45-yard line. Devin Chappelle got a hold of him but couldn't pull him down. Now all these guys out for Utah. 4 centers in one season. I didn't even know teams had 4 centers. You're getting into an emergency guy at that point. I've never seen it before. And then 4 running backs as well. Now, nobody wants to hear about your problems, but that's an awful lot for Kyle Whittingham to deal with.
Oh, the consistency in this program is the most impressive element, I think, when you dive into it.
Straight handoff up the middle, and why not? Keep it simple. And there's Joe Williams. So senior from Allentown, back in PA. Again, played against Southern Utah and BYU, and then said, can't do it anymore. My body's beat up.
The most impressive element of him is he didn't leave the team on bad terms. He left the team when he retired. He said his body didn't know if he could possibly take it. It wasn't as though he's a cancer on this program. So they brought him back in with open arms.
But he hadn't played football. He hadn't been tackled. It's he spins there and fights for more yards. So 2 ways to look at it. He's fresh, but he only practiced twice.
Yeah.
And now it's game time, and they need him.
Yeah, and they need him, and it's all about trust. You know, he's a senior. You know, transferred from UConn. He's played some football last year, 300-yard games when he came in from Delonte Booker. And when you have somebody with that maturity, you understand how important it is, and you understand in football it's the ultimate team game. And what he can do for this team now is survive these next, say, 2 weeks so they can get some of these backs back healthy.
His longest rush of the year, 8 yards. Butler-Byrd again, cut off, cuts back. Chappelle. Second leading tackler on the team. This guy's a former walk-on, Chappelle. And last year just kept steadily climbing that depth chart.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that just handles all the little things. And that defense, a great job of stringing it out. Philip Napoleon, defensive end. Stayed square to the line of scrimmage, allowed Chappelle to come in and clean the thing up.
A couple of years in Western Oregon, where he played against Vernon Adams, actually picked him off. So he came in with a little street cred. 3rd down and 5. Williams looking left the whole time. Singleton makes the catch at the 16. 1st down, Utah.
Singleton's a guy who's just continued to evolve, and I like the idea, offensive coordinator Aaron Rodgers just taking shots. I mean, it's a simple crossing route type of pattern. It's a post from the outside receiver, and he runs a wheel route. The defense of Oregon State, the back end, who, by the way, is banged up, so many injuries. Dwayne Williams, Jay Irvine not playing today.
That ball had been thrown deeper. He scores. He had to hold up his run. Williams hit early, gets a couple of yards right up the middle.
Well, part of this game in the passing attack that's so critical is when you talk to your quarterbacks, it's all about the completion, right? So there aren't going to be a lot of those perfect touch in-stride passes today. You know, sometimes you just want to give your guy a chance and weather because he can run up and body catch it, come back to it on that last snap on that catch was a perfect example.
Melo on the tackle for Oregon State, but the ball moves to the 14-yard line. 2nd down and 8. Utah's first drive ended on a fumble by the quarterback. Keeps it again. first down inside the 5.
Check out Isaac Asiata, left guard. This is clinic worthy. You're just going to pull, going to show up in your screen. Away he goes. He leads the way. 54 right in front of you. Troy Williams follows that. That's the good sight that you want as a quarterback. If you're going to in that run game, follow your best offensive lineman, a 4-year starter, the top players, the leaders now on this offensive front with J.J. Dillon being out with an injury.
Asiata, cousin playing for the Vikings. Williams bounced to the outside and into the end zone. So out of retirement and into the end zone. Touchdown Utes.
Patience by Williams is impressive. See him where he just waits, follows his block, that left side of the line. Garrett Bowles, probably the biggest addition to this offensive unit outside of Troy Williams this year. I mean, just completely dominated the left side of the defensive front. It was a walk.
Sam Tevye with the kick out block got him into the end zone. Extra point by Andy Phillips, oldest player on the roster at 27. Maybe the best kicker that's ever come through Salt Lake. Welcome back, Joe Williams. Touchdown Utes.